We previously discussed the immutability of tuples. However, there is an exception. If one of the elements or more inside a tuple is mutable, then we can change those elements. So for example, lists are mutable, right? So we're going to put a string and a list and a boolean inside a tuple. And this may be counterintuitive to see what happens, but let me uncomment this, and we'll initiate and output this tuple. Let's just look at this for a minute, what happens, right? So we can only accept one value inside this tuple method. So we're saying, okay, let's make a tuple out of these things. And these are 3 items. But inside this tuple method, we can only include one item. So what we've done here is we've wrapped these 3 items inside one list. And so this tuple function is interpreting this as only one item, right? So that's what we have. That's what's happened. But however, look what happens when we output that. Well, these list brackets are gone, and so it considers this, chicken as being the zero index in the tuple. This is the 1 index, and this is the 2 index. This 0 and 2 are immutable. We cannot change those because they exist alone as just members of this tuple. But here, inside this first index item, we have mutable objects. Whatever's inside a list is mutable. Okay, so let's test this out. What we're doing in this code down here is we're taking, test tuple index 1, which would be this. We're going to append or add to. We're going to add another member to that list, and we're going to add an 8. Right? So let's see if this works. Well, there we go. It works. To further prove the immutability of this list, let's see if we can change the element in tuple index 1, 3. So this is index 1, and this is item 0, 1, 2, 3. Let's see if we can change that to 9. Uncomment that. Control / run. Okay, yeah, we changed it to 9. Great. Tuple concatenation. We can concatenate or stick together 2 tuples using the plus sign. And we can also create multiple tuples, multiples of the same tuple using the multiplication sign. And so let's look at both of these below. Now, what we're doing here, we've got this simple tuple that we created way up here. Where is that? Here it is. Let's okay, and it looks like this has already been run. Let's make sure that this exists. All right, so we're taking this simple tuple 2, 4, 6, 8, and we're going to add it to test tuple, which is chicken, and then 5, 6, 7, 9, and then true. We're going to add those 2 together. Let's uncomment this, run that. Oh, there it is. It stuck them together. So now, I guess we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 members of this tuple, right? Let's explore that for a moment. Let's take another code sample under here. We should actually, we'll just call it mix. Mix is equal to. And then what do you think item 3 is going to be in here? 0, 1, 2, 3. Is this going to be an 8? Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't run mix, so let me do that. Yeah, right. So it's going to be 8. We also should output mix here so we could compare that. All right. So yeah, mix 3. What is 3, 4, 5 going to look like? Okay. So this tuple contains different elements, and 5. I don't know. Let's take 5, 0. What do you think index 0 of index 5 is going to be? It's going to be a 5, isn't it? Here's index 0 of index 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and index 0 of index 5 is a 5. Right? So what about this idea? We talked about being able to multiply the same tuple together. Let's take test tuple and multiply it 3 times. So here's the output of test tuple on its own, just 1 time. Let's uncomment this and run it. And look what happens. We get 3 tuples concatenated together. Here's 1 tuple. Here's the same tuple again. And here's the same tuple the 3rd time. All right, so that's mutability exceptions, and also tuple concatenation.